a moment where all the usual labels and expectations fade away, where being honest and open isn't seen as weak, where the desires people usually keep hidden finally get a chance to be spoken. Men, just like anyone else, have private wants and fantasies they don't often talk about, especially when it comes to the bedroom. But what if those walls came down and we could talk openly about what men actually wish for, what they secretly long for but feel unsure about saying out loud? Today, we're looking into 6 private and daring things that many men would love to try during intimacy but rarely talk about. A lot of men feel curious about power dynamics in their intimate lives. That means one person takes on a more leading role while the other lets go and follows. These roles can show up in many forms. One person might feel good taking control, while the other feels more relaxed letting things happen. For many men, this thought stays buried deep because of how society teaches what being a man should look like. Being manly is often seen as being strong, confident, and always in charge. So the idea of giving up control, if only for a little while, can seem like stepping away from that identity. At the heart of this desire is a mix of vulnerability and power. Men are often taught that showing emotion or softness is wrong. So the idea of surrendering in an intimate moment can feel risky. Some men worry that letting someone else lead makes them seem less masculine, even though deep down they may feel that trying this could bring more trust and closeness. The fear that their partner will view them differently, maybe as less capable, holds many men back. But often this kind of play is more about emotional safety than the act itself. A man may want to be softly led or even lightly controlled in a way that feels safe and nurturing. Letting go of control can be a way to escape the pressure of always being the dependable one. It's not weakness. It's just a different way of connecting, one where trust and shared exploration grow. Still, the fear of being misunderstood keeps this hidden. Even if he knows there's nothing wrong with these wishes, the idea that men should always take the lead is hard to forget. This silent fear makes many men keep their needs to themselves, even if expressing them could bring new joy and deeper emotional connection. Many men feel the pressure to act a certain way to match the old idea of what masculinity looks like. There's a belief that a man's worth is tied to how well he performs during intimacy. So if a man wants to be more passive or give up control, he may feel like this will make him seem weaker or less impressive. That leads to an inner struggle. He may really want to try something different, but the fear of being judged holds him back. Often, the desire to explore power and connection isn't even about the act itself. It's about the relief it brings. In daily life, men are expected to make choices, lead, and fix things. So letting go of those roles, even for a short moment, can be deeply fulfilling. It allows them to feel another part of themselves, one they usually hide. But because society still expects men to always appear strong and in charge, many stay silent. They're afraid that sharing this part of themselves might seem odd or wrong. Another private curiosity many men have, but rarely speak about, is playing with sensations more deeply. This includes things like blindfolds, gentle restraints, warm or cold objects, and different textures. What makes this exciting is how it focuses on feeling, brings people closer emotionally, and turns a simple moment into something richer and more intense. Still, a lot of men feel unsure about mentioning it. They don't want to seem strange or like they're asking too much, especially if they think their partner prefers to keep things simple. Take blindfolds, for example. Many men secretly enjoy the idea. When you can't see, your other senses, like touch and sound, become stronger. Not knowing what will happen next makes the experience more thrilling. It could be a gentle stroke, a firmer grip, or a soft whisper. Each one becomes more meaningful. This type of play also builds trust, since it's not only physical, It's emotional. Letting someone else lead while blindfolded requires deep comfort and care. But because blindfolds and similar items are often linked to less common or kinky acts, men might be nervous to bring them up. They're afraid their partner might think it's too much or too out of the ordinary. Using temperature play, like ice, warm oils or heated items, is another thing some men find interesting. Moving between hot and cold makes the skin feel more alive, and the surprise adds something fresh. Whether a man wants to be the one using it or having it done to him, saying it out loud can feel risky. He might be afraid it will seem too planned or take away the natural feel of the moment. Restraints are another quiet fantasy. Soft cuffs, ties, or simply being held in place. These things bring together trust, thrill, and letting go. Being gently pinned down can make every touch more powerful. Others like the feeling of giving control to someone they trust. It adds suspense and makes even small actions feel intense. But because things like restraints are often tied to bold images or deep intimacy, men hold back. They fear being judged or labeled as too out there. Even if their partner might be open, they stay silent. Exploring the senses is not just about changing what happens in the bedroom. It's about building stronger bonds and new ways to feel close. It touches the body, heart, and mind. But many men feel like they're supposed to keep intimacy simple and direct. They've learned that anything too detailed or planned might feel wrong. So, instead of saying what they'd like to try, they stay quiet. In the end, the problem isn't the desire, it's the silence around it. These wants aren't strange, they're just part of being human. But until we make space for real, honest, and safe conversations, many men will continue to keep these parts of themselves hidden, hoping someone will understand them without them having to explain. True intimacy becomes deeper when both people feel safe expressing not just what they enjoy, but also what they're curious about. When we trade judgment for open minds, that's where real closeness begins. Because of that fear, some men feel awkward sharing their interest in things that involve stronger sensations or more physical experimentation. They're afraid their partner won't like the idea, or might feel uncomfortable changing the usual rhythm of intimacy. Deep down, the wish to explore the senses is about wanting to feel closer, make things feel new, and stay emotionally satisfied. Still, fear, pressure, and silence often get in the way. Men who are curious about these experiences may struggle to match their private wishes with the fear of how their partner will see them. This creates a divide between what they really want and what they feel safe saying. A good example is role play. It's something many men think about but don't talk about. It means acting out roles or scenes that are different from daily life. Pretending to be someone else in a fun or fantasy situation can be exciting. It's a break from the stress and routines of normal life. Roleplay lets men express secret wishes and explore playful sides of themselves. But even with how appealing it is, many men stay quiet. They're afraid of being judged, feeling too exposed, or losing their sense of control in the relationship. What makes roleplay exciting is the fantasy behind it. Men might imagine themselves as strong, powerful characters, or they might want to try being more open or vulnerable. These roles could be bosses, teachers, or even someone from a story or movie. Roleplay allows them to explore those sides without being stuck in their usual roles. It brings emotional space to act out ideas or feelings that may feel too hard to show in daily life. It's not just about physical fun, it's about the emotional freedom it brings. But this openness also comes with fear. Men might worry their partner will think less of them or wonder if the relationship isn't enough as it is. Even though roleplay is meant to bring people closer, the fear of failing to act it out right, or of their partner laughing or feeling awkward, holds them back. Trying something so different feels like a big step, and because of that fear, many men choose to keep these dreams to themselves. Role-playing can actually bring couples closer when both are open to it, but starting that kind of talk can feel scary. Many men also struggle to match these desires with how they see themselves, especially in a world that promotes traditional male roles, being tough, in control, and emotionally distant. Taking on a fun or creative role may feel like it clashes with that image. For some, pretending to be a character or acting differently from usual feels uncomfortable because it doesn't match how they normally behave. They might worry their partner will think they're being silly or trying too hard to make things more exciting. These fears make it harder to try new things in their love life. Still, role-playing can build emotional closeness by letting couples see new sides of each other. It can bring freshness, spark curiosity, and create a deeper bond. For many men, trying new roles or scenes isn't just about having fun. It's a way to feel more emotionally connected. But many of these desires go unspoken. That's because society pushes men to stay in certain roles, fear of judgment, and the risk of opening up. A lot of men want deeper connection that touches their heart and mind, not just their body. Sometimes they want things to slow down, so they can focus on gentle connection instead of quick pleasure. They might enjoy longer touches, eye contact, soft words, and meaningful gestures during those moments. Even though these needs are often dismissed as too soft, many men truly want them. These moments help build trust and bring couples closer, but saying that out loud can feel too risky. Wanting slower, more emotional closeness goes against what people often say men should want. Society teaches men to be the ones who take charge, focus on the goal of physical pleasure, and not show much feeling. Men aren't often taught to look for emotional connection in the same way. They're led to believe that a good intimate moment is only about getting physical satisfaction. This message can make men feel like their need for tenderness and closeness doesn't fit what a man is supposed to want. This gap between what they really feel and what they think they should feel makes it harder to ask for what they truly need. But wanting emotional closeness doesn't mean someone is weak or lacks desire. It means they want more than just the physical side. Men who feel this way may want something beyond the usual steps in intimacy. They want moments where touch means something deeper, where it says, I see you, I care about you, not just I want you. These experiences make them feel safe and loved. They let men show more of who they are and build stronger trust. Yet many men stay quiet about these needs. They're afraid of looking too emotional or needy or not manly enough. These worries often stay in their heads, creating silent struggles. Even though they long for tender and connected moments, they often wait in silence, hoping their partner will notice or just understand. But if both people aren't open to talking about these deeper needs, it can lead to feeling misunderstood or not satisfied. Still, many men hold on to the hope for a more emotional, vulnerable, and imaginative love life. What they need is a safe place to share where curiosity isn't judged and both partners can meet with understanding. That kind of trust creates something powerful. It turns intimacy into a deep emotional journey, not just a physical moment. When both people feel safe enough to try new things, show their true selves, and treat each other with kindness, true connection can grow. And for men who are used to being seen as strong and in control, having a place to just be real, fun, and emotionally open can feel like the biggest relief. This also ties into the idea of slow intimacy. It means spending more time focusing on each other's bodies, enjoying every touch and feeling. For some men, the thought of slowly exploring their partner's body is not just exciting, but also emotionally fulfilling. Moving at a slow pace helps both people feel more in tune with each other. It makes it easier to notice the small signs, the little reactions, and build a deeper bond. But again, many men were raised to believe intimacy should be fast and simple, not full of careful attention. Because of that, they may hide their wish for slower, more sensual moments out of fear of being judged. Emotional closeness can also come through words. Whether it's sweet encouragement, kind affirmations, or playful talking, some men want to express themselves through speech during intimacy. Speaking loving or gentle words can help them feel even more connected to their partner. It makes them feel seen, understood, and valued. Still, many men hold back from doing this. They worry they'll look too sensitive or emotional. From early on, society tells boys to be tough and hide feelings, especially during intimate times. So even though they want to speak kindly or express deep emotions, they stay quiet. Trust and emotional safety are key in this type of closeness. Slower, more emotional intimacy requires strong trust between partners. But for many men, showing vulnerability is hard because it doesn't match the image of masculinity they've been taught. Showing a softer side can feel scary. They worry their partner won't take them seriously or might pull away. The fear of being seen as weak stops many men from sharing what they really want emotionally. But the truth is, the desire for emotional closeness is not just about being physically close. It's about feeling secure and knowing that emotional and physical needs can exist together. Men want to be seen as more than just strong or capable. They want to be appreciated for their emotional side too. Sadly, many never speak up because they fear their partner won't understand or will see them differently. But emotional closeness can be just as important, sometimes even more, than the physical connection. Wanting that kind of closeness doesn't take away from a man's masculinity. In fact, it can make the relationship stronger. It gives both people a chance to connect on a deeper level. Even so, many men keep these wishes hidden. They fear being labeled as needy or overly emotional. Society's views hold them back from showing how they really feel, but if they could share openly, their relationships would likely be more balanced and emotionally rich. For many men, words have great power during intimacy, but it's not often talked about. Whether it's gentle teasing, kind support, or soft whispers, speaking can boost emotional connection and make the physical moments more intense. Some men may feel unsure about using words, but many secretly wish they could speak freely. They want to say things not just to show desire, but to feel emotionally close. Still, they often stay quiet. They worry about sounding awkward, inexperienced, or unattractive. But words during intimacy can make the connection deeper. When a man hears his partner say they're loved, admired, or appreciated, it builds his confidence. It helps him feel seen for who he is, not just for his body. This matters most in those tender, vulnerable times when feelings and touch are closely tied. A kind word, a soft compliment, or even playful teasing can lift his spirits and make the moment feel more meaningful. Some men also enjoy or want to try passionate verbal expressions, what's often called dirty talk. While it's sometimes seen as something only bold people do, many men quietly enjoy it or want to try. It builds excitement by mixing emotions with physical feelings. The real appeal isn't just the words, but the honesty and trust it brings. It's a chance to share secret thoughts and fantasies in a safe space. Still, a lot of men don't try it. They worry it will sound strange or make their partner uncomfortable. They fear saying something wrong or messing up the mood. On the other hand, some men prefer softer talk. Simple words like, "I care about you," or "thank you," can create emotional warmth that strengthens the physical bond. Men may want to say loving things during intimacy, but they feel unsure or shy. Society often tells them to hide emotions, especially during these moments, so they keep those words inside, scared that saying them might seem too sentimental. A common worry is not knowing what to say. Many men are afraid they'll ruin the moment with the wrong words. The idea that their partner might laugh or think they're cheesy makes them stay silent. This fear stops them from speaking from the heart. They stick with what feels safe instead of trying something new. The fear of rejection or being judged is strong. They think their partner might see them as trying too hard or making things uncomfortable. All these doubts make it harder for them to see how powerful their words can be in building closeness. The bigger issue is how society teaches men to act. From a young age, boys are told not to show too much emotion. This message sticks with them, even when they want to open up. Many men feel stuck. They want to share their feelings, but are scared it will make them look less manly. The idea that saying tender or emotional things during intimacy might hurt their image creates a wall. It blocks what they feel from what they say. So even though they want more emotional talking, they stay silent, afraid of changing how they're seen. Still, speaking from the heart during intimacy can bring couples closer. It can grow trust, increase pleasure, and create a shared emotional space. For men who want more talking during these moments, it's not just about words. It's about letting out feelings that can't be shown with touch alone. When both people are open to sharing not just their bodies but also their emotions, it creates a complete, deep experience. Often, it just takes honest talk and the courage to be vulnerable. Men who overcome the fear of being judged often find more joy, comfort, and connection with their partner. Many also secretly want to explore power dynamics, being more dominant or more passive. But again, these wishes usually